half the cost of what it is here. Eggs are half the cost of what it's going for here. Gas is cheaper down there. Medical care is cheaper down there. And people have been going down to Mexico and Tijuana for medical care and things like that for years.
Yeah, years, because I know some people who went down to Mexico to get some dental work done.
Yeah. And but the thing is, there's that normal ratio has had an increase of well over 30% of tourists going down to Mexico, Americans going down to Mexico to purchase things. And that's crazy because I think it's really ruffled a lot of feathers down there. A lot of Mexicans are saying, why are all these Americans here? Get out of here. They're not speaking Spanish. They're all coming down and speaking English and don't know and don't understand, and they're walking around lost, and we can't handle this.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the sentiment of the people down there in Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be bugged too.
Yeah, I mean, they've been coming here for years, legally, illegally, getting over the border, trying to have a shot at a better life, and now all of a sudden it's starting to reverse.
Yeah, and that's just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
That our economy is so bad that people from the U.S. are leaving the U.S. to go to Mexico.
Yeah, sadly, up here in Alaska, we do not have that opportunity, that ability to do that. It'd be a bigger waste of money.
Yeah, you don't want to cross back over into Canada.
No.
Oh, man.
I don't even think I can get into Canada right now because I refuse to get the jab.
Yeah, no, we can't go into Canada. Yeah, that would be no good. I'll talk to you about that later.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you've mentioned that to me once before. Mm-hmm. But, it's funny, while I was looking for that white culture thing, which is about being on time and being where you need to be in the right attire, is part of white culture.
Yeah.
But while I was looking that up, this is a official white culture handout from Seattle.gov.
Of course.
And what it is if this would open again for me. Computer. Here we go. White culture. White culture defines what is considered normal. It creates the standard for judging values. Maybe it's just common sense.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't think it has anything to do with whiteness.
No. And I know why they say that. But it's just the most convoluted thing ever.
That was number one.
Yeah.
Number two.
Yeah, that's how they set the list.
White culture privileges a focus on individuals, not groups. Well, yeah. But it's not a white thing. Number three. White culture assigns a higher value to some ways of behaving than others. It often defines the other behaviors as dangerous and or deviant.
No. I can't, because these people that write these lists, that make these lists, have never been to any other country besides the U.S., and they have no idea. They have no idea. They send them anywhere. Send them anywhere.
Number four. Decision-making often reflects white culture assumptions about the primacy of individuals, standards of behavior, and use of power over others.
Mm-hmm.
Number five, white culture values certain ways of knowing and not others.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, it's not a white culture thing. There's certain ways to know things.
Yes.
There's certain realities.
Yeah.
In our plane of existence.
There is reality. There's reality and truth. And that's the thing. That's the big part of this that people have dug into over the last couple of years, is this notion, this absolutely 100% ridiculous, immature notion of my truth.
Yeah, my truth. Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say that.
There's no such thing as your truth. There is the truth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The truth. Yeah, absolutely.
It's either true or it's not true.
And the thing is, it's like they've been talking out of both sides of their mouths, especially when it comes to the pandemic, for example. because they'd be like, trust the science, vaccine. But then all of a sudden over here, they're like, well, we don't know what a woman is. We can't define a woman. You can be whatever you want. The science doesn't determine, your gender doesn't determine what your sex is, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And you can do whatever you want. You
the
can
masks
be however.
work. They don't work. The masks work. They don't work.
Yeah, and so is science true? Is it fact? Is it reasonable? And then over here, it's like, well, no, it's whatever you want it to be. And then it's that classic thing from 1984 where it's like, how many fingers am I holding up?
Right. Yeah, it's like Dr. Fauci. The Anthony Dr. Fauci. Fauci, he,
Calm down, Luke.
he always said, or like he said, and President Biden said, that, if you get the jab, you won't get COVID. You won't get COVID. If you take the jab, you won't get COVID. Now, here we are later. People got the jab, including Fauci and including the president. And both of them have been sick with COVID in the last couple of months multiple times. Mm-hmm. Our current president, he's on vacation in, I think, South Carolina now. But
when is he not on vacation?
I don't know. Never, because he doesn't even know where he is.
No, yeah.
But before this vacation, he had just been sick with COVID, with multiple reoccurring cases. And I think he had reoccurring positives for COVID 4 times in the last month. Before this vacation that he's gone on now. And
is he going to get some chocolate chip?
Maybe. I think it's originated in South Carolina, perhaps. But these people and Fauci, the science, they're just so. I hate to say it. They're just so full
of themselves.
Yeah.
Puffed up, proud. This intelligence has, I think I was talking to my dad the other day, and it's like people have gotten so smart that they've made fools out of themselves.
Yeah, like having a degree means nothing anymore.
You could get a degree on YouTube.
Yeah,
you could go and get a full high school and college education by watching to-do videos or how-to videos or instructional videos on YouTube.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, Louis C.K. has this one bit where he's talking about how he hates how people use words in extreme ways. And he said he was, standing in line at the coffee shop, and there were these 2 dudes behind him. And he said there's one guy, he heard him say to his friend, basically, I think the joke was, "Hey, Matt, I got another cup in case we need another cup." And then his friend responded, "Dude, you're a genius." And Louis C.K. is like, how is he a genius? It's like back in the day, if you needed to be a genius, you used to have to invent a number or something.
A theory, a plausibility, a idea. Something non-concrete.
Yeah. And then he said, he hates how everyone uses the word hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like, the 2 guys are like, "Oh, guess who I saw today?" And he's like, "I saw Lisa today." And his friend was like, "Dude, that's hilarious." And he's like, how is that?
I don't see you rolling on the floor.
He's like, how is that hilarious? Is Lisa a poodle standing on her hind legs dancing? How is this Lisa hilarious? He's like, I hope Lisa's dead. But yeah. But that was probably one of my favorite sets from him. But it's so true. People take it to the extremes. And words don't mean anything anymore. Degrees don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because you don't even have to study in college anymore. You could just sit in there and just breeze through. I don't even know how I made it through college.
I never went to college, and I had made a pretty, I had basically determined probably around 10th grade or 11th grade that I wasn't going to go. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't interested. There wasn't anything that I could kind of pin down. And college was different then. I mean, it hasn't even been that long, 12 to 15 years since then.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad I didn't. I don't think that I would have given up my values had I gone to college.
Yeah.
I think I would have stuck to them pretty well because I was raised in a pretty good home, and my parents taught me values. And,
yeah.
But I just wasn't interested. I did go to a technical school for a while for automotive, and that's worked. I mean, that's paid up, for itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that worked out, and that's been echoed by a lot of people is vocational.
Yeah, I should have done that.
There's no reason to go get a degree in South African lesbian poetry.
The famous one, underwater basket weaving.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't.
Lesbian dance theory.
Yeah, lesbian dance theory, lesbian poetry. I mean, any of those. And the thing of it is too, like if you got let's just say you go to college to be an architect.
Yeah.
You're going to get some pretty advanced mathematical formulas thrown at you, theories, but now that like CRT, critical race theory, has worked its way into mathematics, we're going to have buildings that have to be designed with white supremacy in mind.
No,
that's like mixing oil and water. I don't understand. How long are these buildings going to stand? Are the materials going to be delivered on time? Or are we going to be putting up the windows before we put up the frame?
I got something that I can't say on the show.
Oh.
I'll say it later.
Okay.
Oh, man. Because I'm this episode's already going to alienate me enough as it is.
Alienate you?
Yeah. This is when this gets published, I'm not going to have a very happy family.
Well,
all right.
What family? Your mother, father, sisters?
All of them.
Oh,
maybe my dad. My dad will be fine.
Yeah.
But
my mother and father will be fine when they listen to this. So I don't know. Maybe one of my sisters won't be, but I doubt she's even going to hear it. So
yeah.
But that's okay. I'm not here to
I'm
pander.
not here to, yeah. I mean, that was one of our things on the show is that it was going to be boldness.
Yeah, it was going to be boldness, truth, God. And you know what? In my life, we'll just go into this because I think it's very important.
Yeah.
God is truth. Jesus Christ is truth. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
The truth, yeah.
The truth. And over these past couple of years, I have really come to the conclusion that he is the truth, the only truth. The truth is defined through him.
And may I say something real quick? For the Christians out there, if you call yourself a Christian, and I'm saying this, boldness and truth,
and with love,
if you call yourself a Christian and you do not believe what Jesus believed, you need to think about calling yourself a Christian. And what are some of those things that Jesus believed? Jesus believed Noah was in the belly of the fish. Jesus believed the biblical account of creation. Jesus believed that was not Noah in the belly of the fish. It was
Jonah.
Jonah in the belly of the fish.
I missed that for some reason.
Noah built the ark.
Yes.
Is what I meant.
He believed that?
Yes. So if you're a Christian and you have problems in believing those stories, and I'm not saying this to discourage you from being Christian, but you really need to dig into your word and learn what God says and what it means and come into agreement with God. Otherwise, I do not recommend calling yourself a Christian. And I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but I think that's the that's the at least you should do this. If you're calling yourself a Christ follower, at least believe what he believed. And you're not going to be completely sinless. You're not going to be perfect. but you should be working